welcome back to Blackpack Homestead. I'm Morella, and I guess this would be our first official garden tour of summer 2019. It's June the 13th, and yeah, the garden's going. It's going. My tomatoes are growing. Got a few little baby tomatoes. Got some volunteer squash, got a couple volunteer tomatoes like I had last year, lots of volunteer borage, a volunteer cucumber. Yeah, so let's go check it out, and when Chris gets done over at the Rabbitat, he'll join us. Alright, so here we go, first official garden tour of 2019. Alright guys, let's start with my favorite thing. Tomatoes. So here we go. This is the first row of tomatoes. This is a weird looking Chadwick cherry. It does have fruit on it. Fruit. But as it got taller, it began to do this weird, very weird leafy curly thing. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is. I've not yet looked it up, but it's still setting flowers. So, I mean, you know, maybe this is just something this variety does as it gets big. I don't know. But anyway, that's the Chadwick cherry tomato. Here is another Chadwick cherry tomato. I'm gonna go and pull that sucker out. Oops. Man, I suckered these 2 days ago. Pull that sucker out. Setting blossoms, but it's not doing, oh, it's starting to do that curly thing. Like, oops, sorry guys, my camera flipped, I let go. But it's starting to do that curly leaf thing, so maybe that's just something this variety does, because it's definitely setting flowers. So that's pretty cool. Alright, these are my Cherokee purples. Chris likes a Cherokee purple. I've never successfully grown Cherokee purples well, so we thought we'd give it a go. It came in my seed packet from So True Seed, and it is just starting to make blossoms, as you can see. So there you go. And yes, that is 2 tomato plants. They were so joined together we were afraid that we would lose them both, so it's only 2 we got. So there's some more blossoms. And there's some white borage. We're excited to see the white borage. We started that in a cell pack, and Chris planted them there. And here's the tomato plant I showed you. Let me get out of the, let me give you some sun here. This tomato plant I showed you right after I planted them, and it started this crazy leaf curl thing from the beginning. The variety is a pink oxheart. So if you've ever grown pink oxhearts and this is just how pink oxhearts grow, then let me know. Or if you know what this is. It's very odd. It's not setting flowers. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what this crazy one does. Alright, whoa, what is wrong with my camera? It's not staying tight. So, here is an Aunt Ruby's German green. And it fell over yesterday, and so we gave it a second tomato cage. It is setting flowers, as you can see right there. And here's one of our volunteer tomatoes. I love it when I get a good volunteer tomato. There's a volunteer tomato. I broke the stalk, so we'll see if it lives. We'll see. And then here's another little volunteer right here. Volunteer 1, volunteer 2, and there's a third one on down near the blueberry bushes where those volunteer Camparis grew last year. And this is a mortgage lifter. First year I've grown a lot of these varieties except Mr. Stripey. See, it's setting its bloom. And this is a mortgage lifter. They all seem to be struggling, so I don't know. We'll see how they do. They're not really setting blossoms yet. Oh, it's got like a few, like right here. That's the first blossoms. So, you know, it's not like covered, but it's going. But this is the best looking mortgage lifter I have. So that's that mortgage lifter. Hey, baby.
Hey, honey bunny.
I can't see you because I'm looking into the sun, so I can't tell if you're in the picture.
Okay.
So let me come over here so I'm not looking into the sun. Oh, by the way, I was saving that. Look what we got for our anniversary. Yes, our anniversary was May 25th, and what did I want for my anniversary? Wanted to go to Red Lobster and have cattle panel trellises. So we're gonna get another one eventually. Whoa! That keeps happening, sorry. We're gonna get another one eventually. So yay! So let's see if I can see Chris now. Hey, baby.
Hey, you two.
How's it going?
It's going. Just taking care of the rabbits.
Good deal.
Grass is all mowed. Nice and mulched in here.
Yep. Notice all the green grass. So yeah, we're doing a garden tour. So let's.
That's good. It's advanced pretty nicely.
Yeah, since the last time I saw it, which wasn't even a proper tour, it was like a, here we are, let's look at it.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. There's another white borage, and then here is one of my favorites, a good old Mr. Stripey, my favorite tomato, and it's doing pretty good. It's setting some flowers, and it has, nope, I thought it was a sucker. It's not a sucker. Yay, not a sucker. So there you go. Oh, and FYI, Chris, I just killed a squash bug. Killed a squash bug.
Okay.
Why is this doing this?
Now you got a million left to go.
That's why. Okay, now I know why the camera was flying around. So anyway, that is the Mr. Stripey. Let me get my shadow out of it. It's looking good. And here's another curly leaf. And this is a Brandywine, I believe. No, mortgage lifter. Telling you, these mortgage lifters just struggle for me. If you've had good luck with them, let me know. If you know why this plant's doing this. Because the other mortgage lifter over there ain't doing it yet. So I don't know. We'll see. I was excited to grow this tomato. I really was. Because of its story. You know, depression, God designs a variety of slicer tomato, ends up paying off his mortgage from his creation, selling plant starts. So I mean, it's a great story. So there's another white borage, and another Aunt Ruby's green. Now this green is not as big as the other green. Don't know why, but you know, it is what it is. I don't even think this one's set flowers yet. Nope, no flowers. Oops, my shadow, sorry guys. Nope, no flowers, not yet. But for me, it's still kind of early. I don't usually have tomatoes till July, August, so, well, big slicers anyway. And piece de la resistance, a row of, what do you think that is? If you've been watching our channel long, you ought to know. It's a game changer. Hint, hint, Walking Dead, if you know the reference. That, my friends, is sorghum. Is it not crazy that it started out looking like yard grass and now it looks like corn? So I'm excited to see when it starts to set its seeds, because it is cool, because you can have a grain product from it. You can eat it like rice, you can dry it and eat it like rice. You can grind it and make bread, and then you can take the stalk and make molasses. So, you know, Eugene was right. It's a game changer because you get syrup, bread, and rice, basically. So, I mean, come on. Can't go wrong with that sorghum. So there that is. And while we're standing here, you know, I told you we had like all these volunteers. Well, here you go. Volunteer either squash, pumpkin, it could be butternut, honey nut, pumpkin, could be zucchini, because this came out of the hay and I feed the rabbits some seeds. And those are the variety of seeds I've fed them, plus the sunflowers. These sunflowers over here are all volunteers from them dumping their seeds. So, you know, we love it. It's like we didn't have to plant it. The rabbits did it. All Chris did was spread the hay. Right, honey?
Yes, I did.
So, there you go. We don't know what the heck it is yet. We'll have to wait till it fruits. But I'm thinking this one on the left is some kind of pumpkin or winter squash. And I'm thinking the one on the right is some kind of summer squash because there are no viney tendrils on that one. So let's check those out. So here is the little, well, it ain't little no more. The volunteer, what I think is a summer squash because I don't see tendrils yet. But I do see male flowers. See the male flowers? And then over here is the one that I think is some kind of winter squash or pumpkin. Because if you look way down in there, you see those little tendrils. Let's see if I can grab a tendril. See the little tendrils coming off of it. So that's my thought. So I have a vining squash of sorts. Gonna vine up my garden. Yep, right up the middle of the sorghum. Right up through the middle of the tomatoes. Yep, it'll happen.
It may rub the trellis. It could happen.
I mean, it could. It could. You know, fingers
like
crossed. You know, it's at least it's sort of out of the way of a tomato, sort of. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that.
It's gonna run for the edge.
So let's go on around the trellis, my anniversary present. One day I'll have a cattle panel arch trellis, but I've not decided where I want to put that yet, and I want to put it in a really cool place where we can sit and admire our garden in the shade of some sort of perennial vining thing. So I'm not sure when that'll happen, but yeah, we're gonna do another one of these guys too. All right, Mr. Stripey. It is a beautiful Mr. Stripey. He has some flowers. He has big bird poo. That is a big bird poo on his leaf. That's like huge. That's like crow poo.
All the bird feeding.
But anyway, yeah, I do. And then here's another volunteer squash of sorts. We'll just have to wait and see. Here is the basil I planted when we planted herbs. And I just harvested a little bit of it yesterday, so it's looking a little short. And it is getting attacked by flea beetles. I believe that's the damage, but that's awful big for a flea beetle. It could be some sort of slug. But anyway, there's the basil we planted. And here's some more mortgage lifters, people. Look at these puny mortgage lifters. What is up with this plant? I don't know, but if it gives like righteously awesome tomatoes and a lot of them, I mean, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. This one does have blossoms and bird poo. And then here is some more of the basil we planted. It looks a little better than that down there, not as eaten up, but once again did harvest some off that yesterday. And then this is a brandywine. And the brandywine is looking good. I mean, it is a big plant. And see, it's, uh-oh, I just broke that blossom off trying to tip it up. Let me just leave it there, maybe it'll stay. Doubtful. But look at the beautiful tomato blossom. Gorgeous. So this is a yellow brandywine. Gorgeous plant. Carrot that got washed here after we planted our carrots. But I don't think it's ready yet. Do you? You see a carrot down there? I don't. Alright, and then here's some more of the basil. And then here is an Amish paste tomato. Amish paste has fruit. Gorgeous fruit. Gorgeous flowers. And no suckers at the moment. But Amish paste is doing good. I'm excited to see what this does for me in my first journey in making my own tomato sauce. Yes, yes. So that is the tomatoes, some sorghum, some borage. So let's see, what else we got? Oh, I'm tripping. Not really. Okay. So anyway, we got... I should let Chris talk. He's sitting over there all cross-legged, with his eyes closed. He's looking very zen in the sunlight. And Chris is the sorghum man, and I should let him talk about the sorghum, but I want to go show you the sunflower, and then I'm going to pass it over to Chris because I am sweating and I need to get a drink. So let's walk. Oh, dude, as I walk past this, I'll show you this. Okay, when we planted the radishes ages and ages ago in February, at the end of February, we planted all those radishes and cabbages, and that we also planted like a week or so after that, same time we planted carrots. This spinach just came up like a couple weeks ago. Look at that, spinach in June. And it looks like it's not gonna bolt anytime soon. And there's not really enough to have a meal. But you could eat fresh leaves. I've gave some to the rabbits every now and then. But yeah, it took like 6 weeks for this stuff, 6-8 weeks for this stuff to sprout. It's insane. See, and there's another one. And that's purple borage. All the purple borage is in the random places. The white borage was planted this year because if you see how the borage plants fall over, and that's how they reseed themselves so well. So anyway, I'm gonna pass you over to Chris so I can go get a drink, and I'll be right back. Go talk about your plants, your sorghum.
My sorghum.
Show them the sunflowers because I didn't do that. And
Let's
that
go check out some sunflowers.
squash that has the blossom on it. See that big female blossom? The cucumber has female blossoms on it. Okay, I'm going to get a drink.
My guess is that's zucchini.
Huh?
I'm guessing zucchini.
I'm thinking zucchini, a lot of because of where it is too.
Yeah.
But the cucumber has the female blossom. Two of them.
God, it's so nice out here. I'm so glad. It's a beautiful day. We've had days and days of rain. And it's just been rainy. I mean, it's so nice to come out here and just enjoy the sun, enjoy this wonderful garden. I mean, there's nothing like it. My wife wants me to discuss a little bit of sorghum, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. It's the 5th largest grain crop probably in the world. It's one of the most ancient grain crops in the world. A lot of people back in the day, before they had refined sugar, they'd use sorghum. They'd take the plant and basically make kind of a corn syrup out of it. You guys have eaten pancakes and syrup, sorghum syrup. Pancakes probably had sorghum in it. Syrup, if it's sorghum syrup, had syrup or sorghum in it. And how can you go wrong, guys, that you can make pancakes out of one plant? But yeah, it's an experiment this year. We'll let you know how it goes. It's supposed to be tougher than corn, more durable, more hardy. But yeah, I mean, these birds are just attacking my feeder up here. Keeps them out of my garden. I've had these magpies cruising around. Mourning doves are always chilling with us. They're our wild chickens, y'all. Wild chickens. They come up here and till up my earth and poop on everything. You gotta watch them wild chickens. But yeah, the garden's moving along. Summer progresses. More and more stuff gets in there. And just can't beat it, man. What a beautiful day. Oh, Lord, it's so nice. So nice. I think we'll probably discuss a little bit of the quail today. They're about 2 weeks old or so, and yeah, they're getting big. They're growing quick. They got their little feathers, trying to fly. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to build them a lower cage because these guys will try and just take off. I mean, they're young, so you don't want them jumping up, hitting the top of the cage, and hitting their heads. Garden's amazing, absolutely amazing. So let's see if I can track my wife down.
Okay, I have no idea what Chris showed you. He said we'd end up with quail, so let's finish looking. I've planted some on-purpose squashes, so I'm going to show you those and show you some more of the volunteer sunflowers. And of course we have our blueberry plants, which have blueberries all over them, our apple trees, which are struggling, our peach plum tree, which the plums, we got that worm thing, but the plums look okay. The other plum tree, yeah, lost them. We gotta treat that tree this fall and hopefully get rid of it, that beetly worm thing, and maybe next year we'll have plums. That's the way it goes. So let's see these volunteer sunflowers up here. I got volunteer sunflowers here, and volunteer sunflowers here, and pretty sure Chris showed you those sunflowers, which are also volunteers. Right there, that one's going to seed already. Our days of rain that we had late last week really took that one out, but it's going to seed now. So yay, Blackwell sunflower seeds. This is honey nut squash. It is a tiny butternut squash. It is super cute. It's like having little individual butternut squashes, but they're sweeter. And I planted those, I guess, about a week ago. Maybe not a week, maybe a little less than a week, maybe a week. And then look, this is the row we had the radishes in. Volunteer radishes, or cabbage, because it could have came from the row next to it. And then here's some more honey nut squash that I planted. Here is yellow crooked neck, my favorite summer squash. And if you look, it's getting its first real leaf. And then here is some more yellow crooked neck, also getting the first leaf. And then here's the blueberries right quick because they're right near the blueberries. See, we got lots of blueberries jamming. Jabamming! And blueberries over there. Look at those beautiful onion flowery things. Had those onions in the ground over a year. I've never harvested them, but aren't they beautiful? I just love them. I want some in my front garden. But anyway, there's the blueberries. Back there's the strawberries. Here's our volunteer cucumber. Pretty sure this is a cucumber because of where it volunteered. Some killed old broccoli from last fall I need to pull up. And there's its blossoms. Yay! Yay! Cucumber volunteer. Now, one last thing before we go look at the quail and close this out and then look at the quail. Take you up here and show you where I started those seeds for sunflowers, and there's the giant lettuce. Yep, see our black seeded Simpsons still going strong. Ate a salad the other week and drank a margarita. Alcohol and I don't get along, but every now and then I like to try. So sick a week ago from that salad and those margaritas. Woo, sick. But anyway, our asparagus is ferning out. Yep. Asparagus, and the chamomile fell over in all the rain. I gotta cut that back. If you know what this is, we think it might be like wild lettuce. But if you know what that is, comment below, please. See, the bigger, older leaves have these crazy spikes on the back. So we don't know. I haven't pulled it up because I've just been waiting to see what it looked like. And there's the yarrow for my medicine. My pain medicine valerian. Doesn't it remind you of baby's breath? It's beautiful. Lovage leaning over on the sunflowers I planted on purpose. Sunflower, zinnia, volunteer borage, zinnia. I think I only got like 2 sunflowers to go over here. I think the birds ate my seeds. And look at our fungi. Fungi. So yeah. Oh, and here's the feverfew. Beautiful. More pain medicine. And here is the thyme we planted on the herb video. And the oregano I saved from the spearmint. It's fixing to flower. It's going to seed. Beautiful. Okay. Well, let me get back here in some shade so I'm not squinting. Well, that... Okie dokie, folksy. That's it for us here at the Blackpack Homestead as I'm squinting. I gotta get out of the sun. This ain't gonna work. Let me go back up here to some shade. Well, that's it for us here at the Blackpack Homestead. We thank you for joining us here for our first garden tour of 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any idea why my tomato plants are curling like that, please comment below. If you have any idea what these random volunteer squashes are, let me know. Have any questions about anything else, let us know. And we'll be sure to answer as quick as we can. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that. We really need subscribers. We're hoping for this to get Chris home one day and us homestead full time. So it's our dream. It's our homestead dream 2019. And so maybe we can get to that 1,000 subscriber mark by 2020. So, yep. So subscribe if you haven't. Please like our videos and share them on all your social media, because that really helps us get the word out to other folks that we might not otherwise reach. So, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. We'll see you here next time at the Blackpack Homestead. Let's go see some quail. Oh, bye-bye.